Dad, we spoke to Steve yesterday, and obviously your first time back in South Africa. I guess those weeks were a whole lot of fun. Like, have you had any of those flashbacks coming back here, or how has it felt?
I think obviously echoing Steve's words yesterday about walking into first the airport and then walking into here. Obviously the memories weren't great, but since like the last few days, every single person that we've come across that's asked for a photo or that we've come in contact with and spoken to have nothing but great words to say, and welcoming us to the country, and have been really, really polite, and it's been incredible how much support we've had from people in the public. And I just played golf just then, and they went over and above to make us feel more than welcome, and it was actually a great feeling.
Last time you were here, you're coming off a really big summer, and I think that sort of New Zealand right before and all that sort of stuff. Like, how much of a difference does it make for you to have had a couple of weeks off now and to just come here and be refreshed? Like, how much of a difference does that make?
Oh, a big difference. I think when I look back at that, I played literally every game the whole year. I had no break at all. And obviously flying from New Zealand, coming over here, leading into a test match with 5 days to prepare. I've literally only just got over jet lag. It's quite challenging. But yeah, coming off the summer that I've had, and obviously with the team, I feel good. I know the boys feel good, and I think moving forward into this World Cup preparation, I think the team knows their role. The guys in the team know their role, and it's very well defined. And I think we look back at the last one, it was a little bit, the order was out, and players didn't really know what their role was. But at the moment, it's very, very clear, and every person knows what their role is, and it's exciting. We've been playing some great cricket, and obviously the series at home was outstanding.
Spoke this morning, and he was asked whether he's really spoken to you much since the last series, and he said he hadn't. Do you have any sort of desire to, I don't know, clear the air or hear an apology or anything like that with him?
Yeah, obviously we'll cross paths playing against each other, but I don't have his number, and I speak to a few of the South African guys, but I've never played in the same team as him or anything like that, so obviously it's a little bit different. And yeah, I'm sure if I see him on the field and that, we'll just treat each other how we normally would, as respectful opponents.
How do you think the relations will be between the two teams? Because it was 2 years ago, sort of it's quite ill. There's a lot of ill feeling between them.
Oh, look, I think it's one-day cricket and 2020 cricket. You don't really have much time over the short period of the time to get underneath each other's skin and everything like that. And you don't go out there to do that. Obviously, they had some heated exchanges with the English, and that was obviously during the Test matches. So, for us, it's about our focus is obviously moving forward and trying to get the wins on the board, and send a message to everyone that the World Cup's obviously in our backyard, and we want to be a team to be beaten.
Some of the sort of got having a pretty settled side. I think this might be your 5th World Cup or something this year in T20s.
Make him feel old.
Can you compare sort of the way the team is now and the build-up, the fact you've got a whole raft of games first, compared to previous years where sometimes you were playing, sometimes you weren't, and there wasn't a consistent fixture?
Yeah, look, it was difficult. It's hard to find time to play all these 2020 internationals that are on the back of either a Test series or a one-day series. It's very difficult. The scheduling in the last 12 months has been perfect in that sense that we've had an opportunity to play the series. I think that Pakistan series and with the New Zealand one was probably the first series that actually had back-to-back games. You play the one off, have 2 games off, whatever it is. But I think it's a testament and credit to the selectors to stick with the one kind of team, and giving guys that clarity of their roles, and the guys that are don't walk on the park, they know what their role is as well if they get selected. So, for us, it's having that clear plan when you go out there. You look at the past, we picked 6 openers. That's not going to work. And the game plans just don't work. And I remember batting 4 in India. Like, it just doesn't. That's not my position, but I was able to put my hand up and say, well, we've got to fit someone else in. Well, we can achieve that. But now we know the roles. It's all clear. there's going to be definitely no excuses.
You mentioned about the schedule before. I know you've said previously that you may look to retire from T20 internationals at some stage. Is the end of this World Cup on home soil, is that a place you think you might call it quits for T20 internationals?
Yeah, look, I'll have to sit back and assess. I know there's another World Cup after that. If you manage to win on home soil, you obviously want to try and go back to back. That'll be awesome feeling. And as I said, for myself, I'm 33, 34 this year. If I want to keep playing, Test cricket and one-day cricket and get to that next one-day cricket World Cup, something's going to have to sort of give. And as we said, this Big Bash time off was gold. I really enjoyed that, and that's another focus point where the Australian players, it's very difficult for them to come back and play. Some players will if they feel like they can, and it's not going to exert them too much. So look, it's one I'll probably have to think about, definitely.
So do you think that how you go in that tournament might have an impact? Like if a tough loss in the final or something might make you more motivated to come back?
I'll definitely be motivated to go to the next World Cup. I think it's a 6-month turnaround. We had the same one, I think it was England and the Caribbean back in 2010, I think it was. And when you've got such a great bunch of guys together and you're enjoying that journey, you don't really want to leave that. And at the moment we're in a great place as a team, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it again. And as you said, I don't know if it's my 5th or 6th World Cup, but I definitely feel like this is the team that we've got that has got the best chance of winning, especially at home.
So, I don't know whether you've seen any reports the last couple of days, but there's talk about a T20 championship, which I think would sort of be in the off years when there's no T20 World Cup, but it would be almost the same length. Do you think that that's overdoing it, or do you think there's enough room for that much?
Similar to what they're doing for the Test Championship?
Yeah, well, I think more like a tournament, like a Champions Trophy or something. But,
Yeah, look, I got no idea how they're going to fit that in every year. You've got to find time to play all the other stuff around the World Cup in a World Cup year, let alone trying to fit something else in. That's obviously for the ICC to obviously think about that, and obviously then the boards all have to agree. So that's going to be a challenging one, and I'm glad I'm just being a player.
There's a couple of guys coming into the middle order who haven't been in the squad recently. How much of an opportunity is there for someone like Mitch Marsh to claim that sort of finisher role?
Yeah, there's a big opportunity. Not just for him, but for Darcy, for Sean Abbott. These guys warrant their selection, and whoever gets that opportunity to go out there will obviously put their best foot forward and do their best. And then obviously their roles are pretty clear. When you bat 6 or 7, the percentages are you probably face 7 to 10 balls. So you've got to be able to bang them from ball 1. And when we look at these conditions, our home conditions, they're very, very similar. And as I said, that's the team that we got here is capable of doing that. Doesn't matter who takes the park.
Just the crowd tomorrow night, sounds like it might be a sellout, and it's a pretty hostile environment. How do you sort of approach that, and do you sort of welcome anything that might come in?
It's like every time you go out there to play 2020 cricket, you can't hear anything. It's so loud and it's so fast that you're only ingrained in what's ahead of you. If I'm batting, it's facing that white ball, and when I'm fielding, it's watching the captain and making sure I'm staying focused, and always do. At the end of the day, I know what's going to get thrown at me every time I play, wherever it is in the world, and it's nothing I haven't heard before.
Just more generally, coming back, last time you were here, there was some very unsavoury things that went on in the crowd, sort of directed towards you. Are you concerned about that?
I'm not concerned about it. For me, it's about you got to have some form of respect as well. It was poor, and from my behalf, it's about moving forward. If people want to go to the game and carry on like that, then that's upon themselves, and they've got to look at themselves in the mirror. And if they want to act like that, so be it.
And you're sort of 2 years on, you're sort of in a position where it doesn't bother you, sort of.
Oh, it doesn't bother me, but it just shows at the end of the day, they're representing their country as well, coming to they're spectators watching a game of cricket. I'm pretty sure you don't want to be walking away here with teams, criticising the way that their fans are acting. So, it's up to them. We've got to come here and just put our best foot forward and try and win the game.
Your combination with Aaron Finch has obviously been going for a long time now. What is it about your sort of connection that works so well, and do you see yourselves as the foundation for what the team can achieve?
Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, and we've played a lot of cricket together and against each other. We know our game so well, and we work off each other very well when we're out in the middle. Whether or not one of us are going, or one of us, struggling to time or whatever it is, we just know what each other's sort of, get off strike kind of, play is. And when we're going, it's about smarts, and I think over the time we've both together have become smarter in playing the game in front of us in the situation. Before, I used to obviously just go out and play how you wanted to play, but obviously now you still structure an innings. Doesn't matter what format it is, and he's an incredible person. He's a really humble person. I get along with him very, very well. We're very, very tight on and off the field, and we gel very well together, and it shows that on the field as well.
We saw a video of you kicking goals the other day. Is that something you did when you were a kid playing football?
I did it every day without fail. I went at the back park and went and kicked some goals. I did it playing for my school up until I was in year 12. I was a goal kicker, and I always had the ball in my hand. If it wasn't a cricket ball, I always kicked around the footy. I actually sent the video to Trent Robertson, the Roosters coach, and I said, if you ever need another person, I'll put my hand up. But I love it. We've got an opportunity here to kick it. Obviously, it was the wrong ball, but it's good just to get your mind off cricket, and I still got it.
Get any feedback?
Yeah, he said Craig Fitzgibbon said I got a very good technique, and Lukey Keary said I was very good as well. So, if I need a little bit of help, I'm more than happy to come down and put some bombs in the air.